Well, we've got Roxanne Shield joining us here at the table now. Roxanne,
Hi.
hi, welcome to that channel. And you've written the book Save Magic City. So I just have to say, just thinking about the title and looking at it, I'm sort of thinking it's sort of a little Harry Potterish. Is it Harry Potterish?
No, because the children are not magicians. They are not wizards. They are normal children that can have, we can have them around us and not pay attention because adults really do not pay much attention to the children. And things happen around them and they absorb everything and react. And sometimes, as an adult, you hear them saying something so serious, so mature, that you remain, oh, a child saying like that. But this is normal. They are watching the same TV as us, they are absorbing the same drama that we live through. Like the corporations move, they are living entities. They are happy today in Canada, tomorrow they move to Mexico. From Mexico they move to China, from China to India, from India to Malaysia or to Africa or to Antarctica. I don't know. Because work is cheaper there. But what happens behind? All the people that lived and thought they are provided, protected by the big corporation, by their mother, father, family of the corporation, and they are all at once left floating without a raft. So what do? You swim or you drown, and many people drown in this situation. And children are living in this atmosphere, and they see their parents drowning. They see their parents splitting and going to look for work somewhere else. And this is one of the problems that Save Magic City resolves by magic instead of real life, I don't know the solutions for real life. So I brought a wizard from the past, from the year 1307, straight into our times, 2007, the time of the novel. And this magician was an evil guy in his time. But when he was banished by his equals, like they had good sorcerers and bad sorcerers, um, they banish him with an additional spell that he can do magic only for the good of the others. And here is this child that plays in the woods by himself, and he discovers a huge suit of armor in the woods on the floor of the forest. And he brings his mother with a truck to take it home because he thinks, I found it, it's mine, right? And they start looking at this armor. The child goes and opens the visor and says, Mom, there is somebody inside. And that's how this magician arrives in the year 2007.
Okay, so we got a lot going on there.
Yay.
So what was the impulse to write the book? Was it what you were looking around and seeing economic problems of
Yes,
companies
I was
deserting
working for
communities?
I was working for a corporation, and there was a 20% restructuring, global restructuring. It was not only Canada that was hit, all over the world, where this corporation had branches, they were downsized. And now you are hurt, you are betrayed. And on the other hand, you cannot find another job. You cannot find another. And I'm lucky because I'm old, so I can go on retirement and write a book about that.
Now, is this okay? So it's a very serious problem,
Yes.
right?
And it's global.
Yeah.
It's not strictly Canadian or North American. It is so global
Right.
that everybody will, sooner or later, the corporation will move and leave behind all those people not knowing what to do with their lives.
Yeah. So the book though, is it? And you said, I don't know the solution to this in real life,
Yes.
right? So you wrote the book as a solution, but is there anything in the book that could inspire people in the real world to deal with
Yes.
that problem?
In the first place, we are hunting for bargain. We go and buy what is cheaper, and we forget that by buying something cheaper, which is produced in a third world country, it's killing our own artisans, our own manufacturers, because they cannot produce at the same price. On the other hand, um, people try to do things by themselves, for themselves, and you can help much better if you unite and do it for the community. So children start because it's easier. They play together, they go to school together. So their community is much different than the adults. Uh, Actually, they have a competition for becoming mascots for the baseball team at the school. And because Edmund is the magician coming from the past, um, he passes a little bit of his magic to the child that found him. And Leo, the child, starts kind of addressing the ball and sending it. Like, the players are throwing the ball, but the ball flies faster, farther, and so on. So he helps his team to win. So he wins the mascot place of the baseball team. But in this, you have the feeling that the other children did their best. They deserve to participate in this activity of sponsoring their team, and they take a unique decision. Let's make all these children our mascots. We have a team of mascots, not just one, but we have all of them that came and competed for this role. Let them be our mascots. So it's from this moment on, they do everything together. And Leo has two friends, very good friends, and it's mostly about them. But they do not go with the intent of them being the heroes. They want everybody to participate. And they have, at a certain point, I use my fantasy and I said, okay, all these people that left town, they left their houses behind because they couldn't pay the mortgage. They couldn't pay the taxes. So what happens with these houses? They will be taken over by the city hall. But they are in disrepair because time passes, and if you don't use it, you lose it. And they organize all the citizens that live in the remaining houses, right? And they go and say, Grandma and Grandpa. Grandma knows exactly what everybody needs. It is like a ear to the ground. And Grandpa is very good with tools. And they go and do the repairs. So grandmothers would be like dispatchers. They will tell you that house needs that, and this house needs that, and we need such and such. And the team of grandfathers, because the younger people, working people, they left to look for jobs somewhere else, and you have only the old or very young left over in this city. And they are starting to save it by making repairs, by putting everything up to date. And then they decide to attract businesses, to attract artists, to attract people in need just like them. But there was an ice cream, Tom and Jerry. And I learned through watching TV that they were hiring people that were in need of work, people that other companies would not hire because they were addicts in the past or whatever happened to them. So in this book, they have an ad on the internet in which they call everybody that has lived through a bad situation. Come and bring your problems here, we will help you. You'll have a future with us. Because the city is emptied of population. They have so many houses that are sitting empty. These people will have where to live. The businesses will have where to. So they organize the city to have a restaurant where everybody will eat for free. They gather the farmers around the city that will bring their produce to this restaurant to be cooked. So they help each other because you need a company to buy your products. You may be a farmer, but if you don't have a market, what do you do with your harvest, with your animals, whatever? So everything is tied into a small independent state, somewhat like they wanted to do with Toronto, to make an independent from Canada or independent from Ontario. But you are a state in state, you are a city state within the country. And you become a citizen. You become a citizen and you share in the, you are a shareholder of the city. The city itself becomes a corporation. And that may be a solution. That may be a solution in which you produce something that is really useful without magic. And then you have a market, if not international, at least local, and it's a viable market. So in my book, it's magic.
It sounds like you might have a blueprint there for a way for cities and communities to become self-sufficient, localized economies.
Yeah, but corporations will not go for it because they need huge, humongous markets. So,
but they're doing it without the corporations. So who cares what the corporations want? Right?
But you need first the tragedy of the corporation leaving your city.
Right.
To die.
Well, hey, we got lots of that going on.
Yeah, look at Hamilton.
Are you from Hamilton?
No, I'm from Mississauga.
Mississauga, okay.
But I wrote this for a concourse for books in 2007. And then sometime in 2010, I heard that Detroit, the city hall, was taking over the houses for future business. And I said, hey, fantasy becomes reality, and I'm very sorry about that. Mm-hmm. Very sorry. But they had like 23,000 houses empty.
Yeah, I was thinking about Detroit as you were saying that. I mean, it's probably an extreme example of what you're talking about.
Because it was strictly one product city.
Yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Cars.
Yep.
No more cars there.
So, can we do it though? I mean, because this is a book, it's a work of fiction, it's a novel, right? And it's magic, right?
Yeah.
But can we do it without magic? Can we overcome these
I'm convinced we can do it without magic. But the government has to increase the percentage of Canadian quantity of labor involved in any product that is sold on the market. You have to think of Canada. Yes, let's develop an underdeveloped country. They have so much need of industry. They have so much need of, but do not bring the product that you make there for 1/10 of the price and sell it to me with 1/10 of the price that would be cost here.
But that's not what they're going to do.
No.
You know, they're all about reducing trade barriers and all that sort of thing.
Yeah,
all part of the global community.
And you know what? You'll see a wave going around the globe of poverty.
Yeah.
That the corporation moves, and this country is brought on a higher level while the rest is dropping down. And then they move again because there is another poverty-stricken country, and the poverty comes after them. So it's never ending because it will go round and around.
But so what are we going to do about it?
You need borders. You need borders.
But they want to tear the borders down. They want to have
Yeah.
a security perimeter.
They did cut the borders in Europe, and I think the euro is going a little bit down every day.
Yeah.
And so is going the American dollar a little bit every day. And so are we going after them. I lived in communism for close to 30 years. And there was a joke there that was saying the imperialism, the capitalism is on the brink of the very steep drop into the abyss. So if they are going to fall into the abyss, why are we running so fast to catch with them?
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what, you are going in the same.
Yeah, why do you think that is? I mean, that's a good point. And we just elected a conservative government with a majority here now. And why do you think we're, despite what you're saying, which a lot of people will agree with, although a lot of corporations may not, and a lot of trade negotiators may disagree with you, but why are the governments and the powers that be seem to be pursuing that? Like you say, running after the lemmings that are heading towards the cliff.
Exactly. Money? Money makes the world go round. But money runs from the poor people. If you let industry go away from your country, if you sell down the road to everybody, there is, we are so globalized. Like an example was the steel in Hamilton.
Hamilton, yeah.
Yeah, it became United States owner.
Yeah.
And then what? It was closed. Why? Because they had their own factories and.
Wait a sec. I thought U.S. Steel made an agreement with the federal government that they weren't going to close the plant.
Yeah, but they closed it. Ha ha ha.
Oh my God.
Wait a sec. Why didn't the government do anything about it? I mean, there was an agreement.
Yeah, but it was an agreement that probably had a loophole. And they went through that loophole.
So we should thank the government for looking out for the Canadian interests and the interests of the people of Hamilton.
They have to look for our interest. You cannot sell everything down the road. You cannot sell potash, but I don't know how much Canadian is now. You cannot sell the lottery. You cannot sell hydro. You cannot sell.
But they're selling it.
I know. So how can I say? Bring Edmund, bring my magician to help save the country.
All right, that's a great idea. But we need more than magic, though.
Yeah,
Right, Rocsanne?
we need unity. We need everybody to be in one voice.
But do you think reading the book will help people to figure out what we can do in real life?
It will help. It may not convince them to do anything about that, but it will help.
Okay. All right. Well, we're just about out of time here, but this has been a great conversation. Where can people get the book? And who's, is it intended for anyone, for adults, for kids?
It is, I would say for all ages 8 plus. I would go to 99.
But if you're over that, forget it, right?
No, don't forget it, but maybe you have problems with the glasses.
Exactly. But, okay, that's fantastic. Where can people get their hands on the book if they want to pick one up?
Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble. There are, on my website, www.roxanneshield.com, there is the full list of places with links where the book can be bought. Can be bought.
That's great. And we put up the website so people can go there, roxanneshield.com. And are you doing any book signings or openings
Yes,
or anything?
we are waiting for. I've done one in April at chapters near Queensway. And I was to a school where there was like a author showcase, Judy Nyman in Brampton. And I'm going to do some more signings, but it takes time to organize all that.
Well, maybe you'll have it on your website, right? If people
Yes.
want to keep checking back, they can find out when and where you're going to be to sign the book and make it available.
Okay.
So thanks, Roxanne, for coming in and telling us about Save Magic City and,
And save Canada.
Save Canada. Absolutely. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's play some more D Drive. We're going to come back with Brett Mance right after this and take control of our life and manifest every personal wish. It sounds like magic. We'll be right back.